Alright, let's get into it. Today, we're covering the top 7 key facts about the kidnapping and murder of Jacob Wetterling. Welcome to Cliff Notes' 7 to Know. I'm Cliff Notes, here to share 7 crucial facts about this infamous case. Master these mysteries, make sense of the somber story. Fact number 1. In October 1989, Jacob Wetterling was abducted at gunpoint in St. Joseph, Minnesota, while biking home with his brother and a friend. Here's the deal. It was a routine video rental run on a quiet road at night. A masked man stepped out, ordered the boys to toss their bikes into a ditch, lie face down, asked their ages, then took Jacob and threatened the others to run. The big idea is the community was blindsided and a massive multi-agency search launched immediately. Test question. What was the date of Jacob Wetterling's abduction? Okay, correct answer, October 1989. Memory aid. October's chill, Jacob's thrill turned still. Now, let's shift gears to fact number 2. Danny James Heinrich later confessed to kidnapping, sexually assaulting, murdering and burying Jacob, and to the January 1989 kidnapping and assault of Jared Shiel. In simpler terms, his sworn confession, part of a plea agreement years later, finally laid out what happened that night and earlier that year. It's heavy. Test question. Who confessed to the kidnapping and murder of Jacob Wetterling? Correct answer, Danny James Heinrich. Memory aid, Heinrich's heinous history. Alright then, moving on to fact number 3. Jacob's remains were recovered in September 2016 from a pasture near Painesville, about 30 miles from the abduction site, after Heinrich led investigators there. Let's clarify. This discovery, confirmed days later through dental records, brought long-awaited answers and a measure of closure to Jacob's family and the broader community. Test question. When were Jacob Wetterling's remains recovered? Correct answer, September 2016. Memory aid. September's find, peace of mind. Let's keep it going with fact number 4. Heinrich was long a person of interest and had been questioned by the FBI in December 1989, but he was released due to insufficient evidence. Think about it this way. Early suspicion was there, but not the proof. So the case remained open for decades until new leverage and forensic developments arrived. Test question. Who was the initial person of interest in the Wetterling case? Correct answer, Danny James Heinrich. Memory aid. Interest peaked, evidence leaked. On to the next point, fact number 5. In 2015, Heinrich's DNA matched evidence from the Shiel case, but prosecution was barred by the statute of limitations. Here's where it gets interesting. That match refocused the investigation squarely on Heinrich, yet prosecutors couldn't charge that earlier kidnapping, so they needed a different route to keep him in custody and push for answers. Test question. What year did Heinrich's DNA match evidence in the Shiel case? Correct answer, 2015. Memory aid. 15's match, legal catch. Okay, moving forward to fact number 6. A search of Heinrich's home uncovered child sexual abuse material, leading to federal charges. He pled guilty to 1 count under a plea deal that yielded his confession and Jacob's recovery. From a practical angle, those federal charges created leverage. The plea exchanged a guaranteed sentence and full confession for crucial truth and the location of Jacob's remains. Test question. What kind of charges led to Heinrich's plea deal? Correct answer, federal child pornography charges. Memory aid. Please key, charges 3. Now, let's roll to fact number 7. The case spurred significant legislation. The 1994 Jacob Wetterling Act, the first U.S. law to require state sex offender registries, later strengthened by Megan's Law in 1996 and the Adam Walsh Act in 2006. The big idea is the policy legacy. This framework reshaped national monitoring of convicted sex offenders and expanded public notification, changing how communities and law enforcement track risk. Test question. What was the first US law to require state sex offender registries? Correct answer. Jacob Wetterling Act. Memory aid. Legislation's elevation. Quick recap. Let's break this down. Fact number 1. What was the date of Jacob Wetterling's abduction? Correct answer. October 1989. Fact number 2. Who confessed to the kidnapping and murder of Jacob Wetterling? Correct answer. Danny James Heinrich. Fact number 3. When were Jacob Wetterling's remains recovered? Correct answer. September 2016. Fact number 4. Who was the initial person of interest in the Wetterling case? Correct answer. Danny James Heinrich. Fact number 5. What year did Heinrich's DNA match evidence in the Scheil case? Correct answer. 2015. Fact number 6. What kind of charges led to Heinrich's plea deal? Correct answer. Federal child pornography charges. Fact number 7. What was the first US law to require state sex offender registries? Correct answer. Jacob Wetterling Act. You've got the top 7 facts down. With these key details, you're more than ready to ace that exam. Stay focused, trust your prep, and knock it out of the park. That's it for today.